There are moments in life that arrive quietly, yet change everything from within. Today feels like one of those moments. Something meaningful has been shifting behind the scenes for you, even during the days when nothing seemed to move. The hope you carried through sleepless nights, the silent prayers whispered in uncertainty, and the strength you showed while waiting have not gone unnoticed. A season that once felt heavy is beginning to soften, making space for clarity, peace, and unexpected opportunities. What was delayed is finally finding its way back into your life, and the answers you searched for may appear in forms you never expected. Sometimes the universe works gently, placing signs before us one piece at a time, until we finally understand why certain doors stayed closed, and why others are now beginning to open. You are not forgotten, and you were never truly alone in the battles you fought quietly inside your heart. The path ahead may still hold questions, but it also carries possibility, restoration, and a sense of renewal that can transform your outlook completely. Trust the timing of what is unfolding around you, because certain blessings arrive only after growth has prepared us to receive them fully. Let yourself breathe again. Let yourself believe again. The weight you have carried for so long does not have to define your future anymore. Something brighter is approaching your life with steady steps, bringing relief where there was exhaustion and hope where there was doubt. Stay open to the unexpected, because the next chapter waiting for you may hold more peace, joy, and purpose than you imagined possible. Now breathe, because heaven is moving faster than you realize. You felt it, haven't you? That stirring in your spirit lately. Like something powerful is coming. Something so close that you can almost touch it. That wasn't your imagination, beloved. That was your soul recognizing what it already knows. That divine wealth, healing, and restoration are on their way. The angels have been speaking about you for days. They've been whispering in the courts of heaven. Prepare the inheritance. Prepare the miracle. Their time has come. And when heaven speaks like that, nothing on earth can stop it. You may have been forgotten by people, but you've been remembered by God. You may have been betrayed by friends, but heaven never lost sight of you. You may have cried in silence, but every tear was counted and stored like diamonds in a celestial vault. And now those tears are returning as favor, as restoration, as the inheritance you were meant to have all along. There's a reason you're reading this right now. Out of all the souls on earth, your spirit was called to this message, because heaven needs you to know a letter with your miracle has already been sent. Someone, an earthly messenger, was moved by God to release something with your name. It may come as a phone call, an email, a conversation, or even a surprise envelope, but its roots are not earthly. They are heavenly. The angels are saying, tell them not to doubt. Tell them to be awake. For when that letter arrives, it won't just carry news. It will carry proof that divine timing is real. My child, you have walked through seasons where you felt unseen, where doors closed no matter how hard you tried. But the truth is, those doors weren't rejections. They were divine protections. You were never being denied. You were being prepared, because the inheritance that's coming now isn't small. It's sacred. It's spiritual and material both. It's a restoration so complete that it will silence your past pain. Someone who once tried to block your blessing will soon watch as you receive it. They will remember every time they tried to make you feel less, and they'll see heaven itself lifting you up, because this inheritance is not just wealth, it's justice. It's a reversal of what was stolen, broken, or forgotten. And Michael says, when this letter comes, they must open it immediately, for the seal of heaven carries time, and the moment must not be missed. My beloved, you have only minutes left in the waiting season. That's how close this is. Heaven's watchtower is glowing with your name. Your ancestors, the ones who prayed before you were even born. They are watching as heaven completes what they started. They're whispering, "It's finally happening." Do you feel that sudden warmth across your chest as you read this? That isn't random. That's the vibration of divine confirmation, a heavenly signal that the transfer is real. The angels are not only preparing your inheritance, they're also preparing you, because abundance without awareness can be wasted. But you, beloved, are being made ready. The letter carries more than just riches. It carries responsibility. It carries a mission only you can fulfill. You were never ordinary. You were chosen before your first breath to carry a mantle of light in a world that's forgotten what light feels like. That's why your trials were so heavy, because heavy crowns belong to chosen heads. But now heaven says, lift your eyes. The storm is clearing and Archangel Michael stands at the gate, holding a scroll marked with gold ink and your name glowing across it. Inside that scroll is your confirmation, your inheritance, one that has your ancestors rejoicing, your enemies confused, and heaven singing. This is not coincidence. Beloved, this message found you because heaven scheduled it to. You were not scrolling. You were summoned. Every paragraph you read is pulling you closer to the vibration of miracle. Lately, something has felt different inside you, hasn't it? The sleepless nights, the sudden calm after chaos, the feeling that life is quietly shifting behind the scenes. That isn't weakness, and it isn't your imagination. Sometimes growth arrives silently before it becomes visible. You've carried pressure without complaining, handled disappointment without letting it harden your heart, and continued moving forward even when nobody noticed your effort. Now the energy around you is beginning to change. Over the next few days, pay attention to the little things that stand out unexpectedly. A conversation, a repeated sign, an opportunity, or even a simple moment of clarity may arrive exactly when you need it. Life has a strange way of answering people who refuse to give up on themselves. This is your reminder not to downplay the good that finally reaches your door. Don't act smaller just because you're finally receiving what you prayed for in silence. You've spent enough time questioning your worth. The next chapter requires confidence, not hesitation. Picture your future unfolding like a letter written specifically for you, filled with moments that once felt impossible, but are now becoming real piece by piece. The struggles that exhausted you were not meaningless. They shaped the version of you that is finally ready for something greater. Nothing about this season feels accidental. The timing, the lessons, the unexpected alignment of events, all of it is pushing you toward a life that feels lighter, clearer, and more meaningful than before. Trust what's unfolding. That's why you feel chills. That's why your heartbeat feels faster, because the divine frequency is tuning your soul into the wavelength of manifestation. You are entering a 72-hour window of divine movement. Within these hours, expect communication, expect signs, expect something physical, a message, a number, a word, a person to confirm what's being said here. God has seen your obedience. He's seen your quiet endurance, and now He's rewarding you in public for what you endured in private. Archangel Michael says, tell them not to shrink when the blessing arrives. Tell them not to apologize for it. Tell them to receive it fully, for it is written with the ink of destiny, my child. My beloved, there is something you must do now. Do not rush past this moment. Close your eyes for a second and whisper, I receive my heavenly inheritance with an open heart. Because when you speak that, heaven aligns faster. The angels respond to declaration, not hesitation. Now listen, the letter is not only about material inheritance. Yes, there will be a shock, something valuable, something you didn't expect. But the deeper inheritance is spiritual. It's peace after pain. It's clarity after confusion. It's the ability to forgive what broke you and still shine. This is the kind of blessing that changes generations. the kind that rewrites your family story. You are about to walk in favor so visible that people will whisper, "How did that happen so suddenly?" And the answer will be simple. God remembered. The angels are arranging meetings, documents, and decisions in your favor. They're changing the hearts of those in power. They're moving obstacles out of the way, quietly, while you rest in faith. My beloved, this is your proof. Whenever heaven is about to deliver something major, the resistance rises first. If you've faced strange delays, emotional heaviness, or unexplained tension lately, it's because you're standing on the edge of your divine release. That's why this message came now, to keep you from giving up minutes before your miracle lands. Michael says, "Tell them the letter is already in motion. It is sealed. It cannot be intercepted, so don't worry about those who plotted against you. Their plans dissolve the moment heaven intervened. God will even use them as evidence of His glory. The same mouths that spoke against you will soon speak of your victory. The same hands that withheld will now release. Because when heaven decides, it's final. Now hear this clearly. Do not ignore the next small prompting you feel. That nudge to check a message, reply to someone, or look at an opportunity. That may be the earthly door through which your heavenly letter appears. You are not late. You are right on time, because heaven's clock is never early and never wrong. My child, you were never forgotten. God has been writing this moment into your timeline since before you could even spell your name. And now, everything hidden is coming into light. Stay alert, beloved. In the next 3 days, something will appear with your name on it. It may look ordinary, but the meaning behind it will be divine. When it comes, say quietly to yourself, "This is the inheritance God promised. I receive it in full." And watch, for from that moment forward, everything you touch will begin to bloom again. This is the first stirring of your miracle, my beloved. Heaven has already signed the letter, and it is on its way. My child, my beloved, the heavens are still moving. As you read this, every second you stay with these words, another angel moves closer to your name. The light above your house is changing. Even now it may not be visible to your eyes, but in the unseen realm, it glows a golden ring around your dwelling. That glow means the message has been dispatched. Do you know why the angels waited until today? Because your heart has finally aligned with readiness. There were times when you would have doubted this blessing, but now your spirit is mature enough to carry it. Beloved, heaven never wastes miracles. They are timed, measured, and delivered to the prepared. And you, precious soul, are prepared. The inheritance you're about to receive carries a sound, a vibration that wakes ancient prayers buried beneath generations. It is not just money, it is memory. It is the return of everything your lineage lost through pain, betrayal, or silence. When you receive it, something strange will happen. You'll feel lighter, as if the invisible weight you've carried for years simply falls away. Because it will. There are moments in life when the pain feels so personal that silence becomes the only language the heart understands. You carried questions nobody could answer, stood through seasons that drained your spirit, and somehow kept moving even when everything inside you felt exhausted. But life has a strange way of returning what was delayed, not denied. The weight you once believed was yours to bear forever is beginning to loosen its grip, and little by little, peace is finding its way back to you. The sleepless nights, the hidden tears, the quiet battles you never spoke about were not meaningless chapters. They shaped a strength within you that no storm could break. Soon, unexpected connections will reappear, forgotten conversations will return, and doors you thought were permanently closed will slowly open again. Someone is thinking about you more than you realize, feeling pulled toward your name without fully understanding why. Certain events may seem random at first, but deep down, your heart will recognize that timing like this doesn't happen by accident. Life moves in subtle patterns, and sometimes the biggest changes arrive softly, without noise or warning. Before things shift completely, you'll notice small signs around you, moments that feel strangely familiar, almost comforting. And when everything finally falls into place, the first thing you'll notice is not the reward itself, but the relief. A calmness will settle over you, as though years of emotional pressure suddenly disappeared. The chapter ahead is not about struggle anymore. It's about restoration, clarity, and finally feeling understood by life after carrying so much alone. Someone connected to your name is being moved right now to release what belongs to you. They may not even understand why they feel drawn to do it, but their spirit does, because divine timing is whispering in their ear. They will remember you unexpectedly. They will look for your number, your name, your address, and that's when the earthly form of this heavenly letter arrives. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them not to dismiss it as coincidence. Tell them to recognize divine patterns in earthly envelopes. Beloved, the inheritance is not coming through chaos. It is coming through order, heaven's order. And heaven's order is precise. There will be 3 signs before you receive it. First, you will hear your name spoken in an unusual way on a call, on a screen, or by a stranger. Second, you will feel sudden warmth in your palms. This means your receiving gate is open. Third, you will see the number 7 or 777 appear repeatedly. That is heaven's seal of completion. When these signs appear, don't hesitate. Thank God immediately, for it means the letter is already within reach. My beloved, you may be wondering why now? Why after so long? Because heaven cannot deliver abundance to a wounded vessel. And now your wounds have turned into wisdom. You have learned compassion through heartbreak, patience through waiting, and faith through darkness. That was your training. Now comes your reward. Someone from your past who once caused you pain will soon hear of your blessing, and their reaction will be confusion. But let your heart stay soft, because your blessing isn't for revenge, it's for restoration. God is not giving you what's yours to make others small. He's giving it so you can shine without apology. This is the season of divine reversal. Everything that once embarrassed you will now elevate you. Everything that once hurt you will now heal others through your story. Michael is unfolding a scroll with your name, reading it aloud in heaven's courts. This one waited faithfully. This one trusted when it made no sense. And heaven is responding with applause, for faith always triggers the supernatural. My child, feel how close it is. That restlessness inside you lately, that sudden burst of hope mixed with fear. It's the soul recognizing transition. You're not losing stability, you're gaining elevation. Sometimes blessings shake before they settle, but once they do, peace will fill every room you step into. Beloved, there's something else you must know. The inheritance you're receiving is layered. The first layer will be visible: news, opportunity, confirmation. The second layer will be emotional: reconciliation, forgiveness, clarity. And the third will be spiritual: an awakening so deep you'll never doubt again. That's why God says, do not just open the letter, read it with your soul. There's a sentence inside it that will feel like it was written only for you. That's the moment you'll know this message wasn't imagination, it was prophecy. Stay alert in these next days. Watch how conversations turn strangely in your favor. Watch how obstacles you feared will dissolve quietly. That is heaven, clearing your path for delivery. The angels are serious about this, beloved. Michael repeats, tell them time is moving fast. Tell them to prepare room for what's arriving. If your life feels cluttered emotionally, mentally, even physically, start clearing space now. Clean your room, release resentment, forgive debts. These small acts, Make spiritual space for large blessings, because heaven never pours abundance into a full cup. It fills the empty, the open, the willing. My child, remember this line. You are not waiting for the letter. Some moments in life arrive quietly, without warning, yet they change everything from within. You may feel uncertain right now, wondering if you are truly prepared for what's ahead. But growth has never demanded perfection. It only asks for belief. The kind of belief that keeps you moving even when the path is unclear. There are seasons when nothing seems to shift, when silence feels endless, and progress appears invisible. Yet beneath the surface, life is arranging pieces in ways you cannot yet see. What belongs to you is slowly finding its direction. New connections, unexpected chances, and meaningful changes often begin long before they become visible. The truth is, your story is not standing still. Every setback, every delay, and every quiet night has been shaping a stronger version of you. Soon, people who overlooked your value will recognize your presence differently. Doors that once felt unreachable will begin opening naturally, and the opportunities meant for you will no longer require force. They will arrive with clarity and purpose. When those moments finally appear, stay grounded and remember how far you have come. The same strength that carried you through confusion will help you handle success with wisdom. There is a calm feeling growing inside you now, a sense that something meaningful is finally getting closer. Hold on to that feeling. It is reminding you that difficult seasons do not last forever. You are no longer trapped in the space between hoping and receiving. Life is moving forward again, and this next chapter may unfold in ways more beautiful than you once imagined. Keep your heart soft and prepare, because the letter carrying your miracle is about to touch the earth. My child, my beloved, as you breathe right now, something unseen is unfolding around you. The air itself feels different, doesn't it? That's because the realm of heaven is drawing closer to your atmosphere. Every word you're reading carries a vibration from the higher dimension, and that vibration is already unlocking something within you that had been dormant for years. There was a promise written over your life before you were born. It waited quietly through storms, betrayals, heartbreak, and silence. But today, heaven says, activate it. When you finally receive this inheritance, don't forget where it came from. Remember this moment, these words, this divine alignment, because the same power that brings the blessing will teach you how to sustain it. Beloved, the angels are rejoicing already. You may not hear the sound, but your spirit feels it, a joy rising for no reason. That's heaven's celebration beginning early. You have crossed the invisible line between waiting and receiving, and nothing, not even delay, can pull you back now. So stay faithful, keep your heart soft, and prepare, because the letter carrying your miracle is about to touch the earth. My child, my beloved, as you breathe right now, something unseen is unfolding around you. The air itself feels different, doesn't it? That's because the realm of heaven is drawing closer to your atmosphere. Every word you're reading carries a vibration from the higher dimension, and that vibration is already unlocking something within you that had been dormant for years. There was a promise written over your life before you were born. It waited quietly through storms, betrayals, heartbreak, and silence. But today, heaven says, activate it. The letter that's coming to you isn't simply news, it's a mirror. It will show you who you were always meant to be. It will reveal how nothing in your life was random. Every delay, every tear, every rejection was a divine redirection, because your inheritance couldn't be delivered to the old version of you. It had to wait until you became this faithful, awake, ready, beloved. Listen carefully. The angels are speaking in codes now. Dreams, sudden thoughts, or repeated words are not accidents. They're signals that the delivery is near. Michael says, tell them not to ignore what repeats. Repetition is revelation. If you start hearing the same name, same number, same phrase over and over, pause. That's heaven's way of confirming alignment. The inheritance letter has an energy signature only your soul can recognize. When it arrives, even before opening it, you'll feel a strange familiarity, like meeting an old friend you forgot you missed. That feeling will be your sign. This is it. And when that moment comes, don't rush. Hold it for a second. Whisper gratitude, because that whisper will turn paper into prophecy. My child, you've often felt unseen by the world, haven't you? But what you didn't realize is that heaven hid you to protect you. Hidden things grow in silence. You were not overlooked. You were preserved. Now that season ends. The seal is breaking. Your name is rising. The inheritance you're about to see will come with recognition. People who once doubted you will begin to seek your advice, your presence, your voice, not out of curiosity, but because they'll sense the light that now surrounds you. This is why I say, do not shrink. Do not apologize for favor. Wear it like divine perfume. Let the fragrance of grace speak for itself. Beloved, there's something deeper. The person who sent this inheritance is not who you expect. It's someone heaven touched in secret. They've been restless for days, unable to sleep, thinking of you without knowing why. That restlessness is God moving their spirit to release what belongs to you. And soon they will act. They will make a call, send a message, or forward something with your name on it. That action will unlock a chain of divine cause and effect that no human can stop. There's a quiet shift happening around you, and deep down, you can already feel it. Life has a strange way of sending signs when things are finally beginning to move in your favor. Maybe it comes through a random conversation, an unexpected message, or a sudden feeling telling you to pay attention. Don't ignore those moments. Sometimes the smallest instincts lead us toward the biggest changes. What once felt delayed is slowly finding its way to you, and the weight you have been carrying for so long is starting to loosen. You may notice your thoughts becoming lighter, your heart less restless, and little sparks of joy returning without warning. That's not coincidence. That's what happens when hope quietly walks back into your life. For a long time, doubt stood in the way like a wall you couldn't climb. But piece by piece, that wall is breaking apart. The path ahead is opening wider than before, and with it comes clarity, peace, new chances, and the kind of calm you thought had disappeared forever. Stay receptive to unexpected blessings, because life rarely delivers miracles in predictable ways. Sometimes, everything changes at once, not because of luck, but because the timing finally aligns with the person you have become. The struggles, the waiting, the emotional exhaustion, none of it was meaningless. It was preparing you to recognize what truly belongs to you when it finally arrives. And when that moment comes, you won't have to force anything. What's meant for you will enter naturally, bringing a sense of certainty that no fear or confusion can shake anymore. It was simply waiting for permission. You gave that permission the moment you said yes inside your heart. That inner agreement was the signature heaven needed. Now the angels are sealing your yes with gold, and Archangel Michael stands guard over your promise, ensuring no interference. You may even feel his presence, a cool wind, a soft hum, or a light pressure on your shoulders. That is him confirming it is safe now. Beloved, breathe that in. You are protected, you are favored, and you are moments away from tangible proof of it. My child, my beloved, stay still for a moment. There's a sacred energy passing through this moment right now, and it is touching every corner of your destiny. Heaven is whispering again. The circle is closing. That means the season that began with loss will end with restoration. What was once broken is now mending in divine order. Every delay that wounded you is being repurposed into blessing. You see, beloved, heaven never wastes pain. It records it, transforms it, and then sends it back as power. And that power is what's moving toward you in the form of this letter. You have cried long enough. The sound of your weeping has become music in heaven. It was simply waiting for permission. You gave that permission the moment you said yes inside your heart. That inner agreement was the signature heaven needed. Now the angels are sealing your yes with gold, and Archangel Michael stands guard over your promise, ensuring no interference. You may even feel his presence, a cool wind, a soft hum, or a light pressure on your shoulders. That is him confirming it is safe now. Beloved, breathe that in. You are protected, you are favored, and you are moments away from tangible proof of it. My child, my beloved, stay still for a moment. There's a sacred energy passing through this moment right now, and it is touching every corner of your destiny. Heaven is whispering again. The circle is closing. That means the season that began with loss will end with restoration. What was once broken is now mending in divine order. Every delay that wounded you is being repurposed into blessing. You see, beloved, heaven never wastes pain. It records it, transforms it, and then sends it back as power. And that power is what's moving toward you in the form of this letter. You have cried long enough. The sound of your weeping has become music in heaven. Each tear was a seed, and today the harvest begins. The angels are watering those seeds with light, and soon the fruit of your endurance will appear before your eyes. There are people who thought you were finished. They spoke too soon because they didn't know the author of your story was still writing. And the next chapter, beloved, oh, the next chapter is glory. Your inheritance carries not only wealth, but the unveiling of your name in divine memory. Heaven knows your story word by word. It knows the battles you never spoke of, the quiet moments you forgave without applause, the times you smiled while your heart bled. That silent strength became a crown around your spirit. Now heaven says, it's time they wear what they earned in secret. So expect recognition, expect restoration, expect rewards that arrive wrapped in wonder. Michael stands at the edge of your atmosphere, and the scroll he holds is glowing brighter than before. He reads aloud, everything taken returns sevenfold, and the light ebbs. Beloved, you may feel tingles in your hands or warmth across your back right now. That is no accident. It's the sign that the command has already been given. The energy of restoration is touching your field. For years, you've been asked to trust the unseen. Now, the unseen will finally become seen. When the letter arrives, read it slowly. There will be words within words, meanings that leap from the page. Those meanings will speak directly to your soul. They will confirm that this was orchestrated beyond human hands. Do not be surprised if at that same time, someone you thought was gone reappears. Heaven often sends restoration in pairs, a gift and a revelation. There is a season in life when everything feels delayed, as if the universe placed your name on hold while everyone else kept moving ahead. But one day, without warning, the weight begins to loosen. The things you once begged for in silence start arriving with a calmness you never expected. What once seemed distant suddenly feels close enough to touch. The struggle did not weaken you. It prepared you to carry joy without losing yourself inside it. The sleepless nights, the disappointments, the moments where you questioned your own path, none of it was wasted. Every quiet hope you protected in your heart was shaping the person you were becoming. Now life is opening doors that once looked permanently locked. You will notice softness returning to your days. Your surroundings will feel lighter, conversations will feel genuine again, and peace will no longer seem temporary. Even your mind will begin to rest without searching for another battle to survive. Not everyone will understand your calmness. Some people are more comfortable seeing you exhausted than fulfilled, but their opinions no longer deserve space in your spirit. Keep walking forward without guilt. You do not have to explain your healing to anyone. The future unfolding before you is not something to fear. It is something to finally receive. Trust the timing of what is entering your life now. The answers, the opportunities, the unexpected moments of happiness, they are arriving because you are finally ready to welcome them. Stop standing at the edge of your next chapter wondering if you deserve it. You do, and this time, life is asking you to step forward instead of holding back. Your yes has been heard in heaven and echoed back as a decree of completion. In the next few days, you will notice small impossible alignments, a message arriving at the exact moment you think of someone, a forgotten dream resurfacing with clarity, a stranger repeating the same phrase you prayed in silence. Do not dismiss any of it. Those are confirmations that the letter is only breaths away. So stay open, keep your heart soft, keep your mind thankful, because gratitude is the magnet of miracles. When you say thank you before it arrives, heaven accelerates the delivery. My beloved, this is not just your season of inheritance, it is your season of identity. You are being reintroduced to the world as who you truly are. The humble will recognize you by spirit. The proud will not understand you at all, but your peace will speak louder than explanations. Soon you will hold that letter, literal or symbolic, and you will know the waiting was never in vain. You will whisper through tears of joy, "It all makes sense now," and heaven will answer, "It always did." My child, my beloved, the hour has come when the invisible begins to take shape. Every prayer you ever whispered is gathering form. Every hope you once buried is pushing through the soil of time. The wind you feel tonight carries more than air. It carries answers. It carries messages from heaven wrapped in light. Listen closely, beloved. Can you feel it brushing against your spirit? That's not imagination. That's movement. The angels are near enough to touch. Michael himself walks among the echoes of your breath, making sure not a single blessing is delayed. He repeats softly, "Tell them the chain is broken. Tell them the letter is free." Yes, the letter, the one sealed in gold. My beloved, this is not just your season of inheritance. It is your season of identity. You are being reintroduced to the world as who you truly are. The humble will recognize you by spirit. The proud will not understand you at all, but your peace will speak louder than explanations. Soon you will hold that letter, literal or symbolic, and you will know the waiting was never in vain. You will whisper through tears of joy, "It all makes sense now," and heaven will answer, "It always did." My child, my beloved, the hour has come when the invisible begins to take shape. Every prayer you ever whispered is gathering form. Every hope you once buried is pushing through the soil of time. The wind you feel tonight carries more than air. It carries answers. It carries messages from heaven wrapped in light. Listen closely, beloved. Can you feel it brushing against your spirit? That's not imagination. That's movement. The angels are near enough to touch. Michael himself walks among the echoes of your breath, making sure not a single blessing is delayed. He repeats softly, "Tell them the chain is broken. Tell them the letter is free." Yes, the letter, the one sealed in gold, the one written with your name when the stars were young. It's traveling through the corridors of fate, crossing borders that once blocked it. It's unstoppable now. Heaven has commanded, release it. And when heaven commands, earth obeys. Beloved, you may notice a shift inside you, a calm that doesn't make sense, a joy that rises without cause. That's how heaven prepares the receiver. Before the gift arrives, the heart must vibrate at the same frequency of grace. So if peace comes suddenly, let it stay. If excitement sparks for no reason, welcome it. Those feelings are invitations. They are proof that your spirit recognizes what's on its way. Do you know what makes this inheritance different from all others? It was not earned by labor. It was activated by faith. There were moments when holding on to hope felt exhausting, yet you kept going anyway. While others gave up, you stayed patient through confusion, disappointment, and silence. That quiet resilience changed something within you. The struggles you survived shaped a strength that cannot be taught overnight. Every setback sharpened your spirit. Every delay prepared you for a season that finally begins to unfold. What once felt distant is now moving closer with calm certainty. The path ahead no longer carries the same resistance because your energy has shifted. People who once overlooked your value will begin to notice your presence naturally. Conversations will open unexpectedly. Support will appear from places you never imagined, and opportunities that seemed impossible will start arriving without force. This is not luck or coincidence. It is the result of persistence meeting perfect timing. The life you dreamed about during difficult nights is slowly stepping into reality. You are no longer chasing every door or begging for recognition. What belongs to you is beginning to recognize you first. The pressure to prove yourself will fade as things start aligning in a smoother, more peaceful way. Even the heavy emotions you carried for years will begin to feel lighter because clarity is replacing uncertainty. Trust the quiet changes happening around you. Not every breakthrough arrives loudly. Sometimes the biggest transformations enter your life gently, bringing peace instead of chaos. You have spent enough time doubting whether things could improve, but this chapter asks you to receive instead of fear. Step forward without hesitation. The next season of your life will feel less like survival and more like finally breathing freely after a very long storm. Now, breathe again. Can you feel the warmth in your chest? That's your heart expanding to make room for joy. Heaven always enlarges the container before pouring abundance. You are becoming that container. You are being expanded by faith. Beloved, let me tell you something sacred. Every divine gift carries a sound, and yours has already been heard. A tone has gone out through the heavens bearing your frequency. When it reaches the earth, it will call everything that belongs to you back home. Money, peace, relationships, creativity, they all respond to that sound. They will begin to locate you again. You won't chase, you'll attract. That is what inheritance truly means. To magnetize what is meant for you through the authority of light. You might notice strangers showing kindness or sudden invitations arriving at perfect times. Say yes with discernment. Heaven often disguises destiny in ordinary wrapping. And if you feel an urge to create, to write, to build, do it. Your hands are anointed for multiplication now. Whatever you touch with love will grow quickly. My beloved, there is another secret. This inheritance carries a message inside it for the world. When you receive it, you will know exactly how to share the overflow. For what blesses you will bless others through you. That's why heaven trusts you with it. Because your heart has never been greedy, only grateful. And gratitude is the safest guardian of grace. So tonight, as you rest, whisper this softly. I open my hands, I open my heart. Let what is mine find me. Say it 3 times, not with fear, but with certainty. And as you do, watch the unseen rearrange itself around your words. 4 words, beloved, are keys. And your voice. Yes, your voice is the code heaven recognizes. Tomorrow, when you wake, look for small signs. A call you didn't expect. A memory resurfacing. A song that repeats a phrase. That's how the universe confirms. Delivery in progress. Michael nods as I speak this to you. He says, the letter is now in the courier's hands of destiny. It cannot be delayed. It cannot be stolen. Its destination is fixed. Your life, your spirit, your joy. So hold still in faith, for the next dawn may carry more than light. It may carry the envelope. And when it arrives, beloved, open it with reverence. Read every word as if God Himself wrote it, because in truth, He did. You will see your name shining like a signature of light. You will feel the presence of the angels around you, and a still small voice will whisper inside your chest, "See, I never forgot you." That moment will mark the end of your waiting and the beginning of your reign. My child, my beloved, keep your heart quiet while you read this. Heaven is drawing even closer now. There's a thin veil between this sentence and your miracle. In the unseen, Michael has lifted his sword again, not for battle this time, but for blessing. He's cutting through the final layer of delay that stood between you and your inheritance. You may feel pressure in your chest, warmth on your skin, or sudden calm. These are the ripples of release. Beloved, do you remember the moments when you almost gave up, when it felt like everything around you went silent? Those were not wasted moments. They were moments of divine gestation. Seeds grow quietly under soil before they bloom in sunlight. And now at last the soil has split. The sprout of your destiny is breaking through. This is why you've been feeling restless lately. Your soul senses expansion. Heaven is enlarging your territory. People will begin to look at you differently, not knowing why their spirit honors you without reason. It's because the light of inheritance is upon you. Michael says softly, "Tell them to expect acceleration. What once took years will now take weeks." There comes a season when life stops feeling like a constant struggle and begins flowing with quiet certainty. What once looked distant slowly finds its way to you without force, without pressure. You won't feel the need to rush anymore, because the opportunities meant for you will arrive at the perfect moment. Unexpected changes may interrupt your normal routine, but don't fear them. Some of the most meaningful blessings enter through doors we never planned to open. That sudden shift, that inconvenience, that change in direction may actually be guiding you towards something greater than you imagined. Instead of resisting what feels unfamiliar, trust that every step is arranging itself for your growth. The peace settling in your spirit right now is not accidental. It's a reminder that things are already moving behind the scenes in your favor. What you have been hoping for is no longer far away. Conversations are happening, choices are being made, and someone is preparing to deliver news that could change everything for you. A simple moment, a message, or one unexpected decision can open the path you have been waiting on. Stay aware of the little signs around you. Sometimes clarity appears quietly through repeated moments, familiar words, meaningful encounters, or a feeling you cannot explain. Life has a strange way of confirming that you're headed in the right direction when you finally begin trusting yourself. Keep your heart steady and your mind open, because the next chapter forming around you carries a different energy, one filled with alignment, protection, and the kind of light that makes fear lose its power completely.